much lately. I feel like I look strange without them on. Hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen. We are going to make some freezer meals together today. If you watched my last grocery haul, I picked up everything that I needed that I didn't already have for some freezer meals. I did a little bit of prep yesterday. I cooked some chicken that I need for my chicken enchiladas. And while I was doing that, I just went ahead and made chicken broth. Then pulled the chicken out, shredded the chicken. I've already got that broth put in the freezer. So if I'm going to be cooking chicken, I might as well make some chicken broth too. I pulled some of the older chicken broth that I had in the freezer out and started thawing it because we'll need it. I fried up a little bit of bacon. Is that it? Is that all I've done? I think that's all I got done yesterday. So there's still some things that we need to do, but I did a little bit of prep yesterday just to get a little bit of a head start. I think Audrey's going to help me. We had a little adventure this morning. Audrey and I, we went and got some things for our walkway. So if you've been around here, you know we have our back porch built, but we needed a walkway from where we park the cars to the back porch. And so we went and got everything we needed for that this morning, and that was fun. My goal is to get 10 meals in the freezer today, and that'll help us, especially on nights when we're real busy with ball practices and things. I can pull one of those out and either put it in the crock pot, or it'll be ready for me to stick in the oven when we get home. I'm going to do, and my thought with 10 is that'll give us like 2 or so meals a week that I can plan to just already have in the freezer for this month. So we're going to do some chili. We're going to do chicken and vegetables, like, what are we going to call that? Garlic herb chicken and vegetables. That'll be for the crock pot. We're going to do enchiladas, and we're going to do a creamy chicken bake. And then I'm also going to hopefully get some biscuits done and in the freezer, because you can make homemade biscuits and freeze them, and then you can make them straight from frozen, and they do fantastic. So I would like to get some biscuits in the freezer as well for breakfast, but also for when we want to do breakfast for dinner. So that's the plan. That's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and get the meat browning for the chili. We're going to have a few things going at a time so that we can get through this pretty quick. My goal is an hour and a half. So let's see if we can get it done. We got babies awake, but Audrey's going to help me. So hour and a half is the goal. We'll see. I'm going to get the meat browning, and while that's browning, we're going to do some chopping of different vegetables and things that we need as well. And hey, if you're new, I'm Tiffany, and this is our small town life. Wash that one. You take some anger out on that one?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and chop up a whole head of garlic because we'll need it for a couple of different meals. I could have got a jar of pre-minced garlic, but this is more fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It teaches you how to handle garlic.
Yeah.
Typically we would have our own garlic, but we've used all the garlic that we grew and harvested last year, minus what we saved to plant that's in the ground this year. So that's some store-bought garlic. I'm going to take on the task of chopping the onion because I haven't. That's why I put my contacts in today, so that it wouldn't bother me. The meat is cooked, but it needs to cool before the ground beef. The ground beef is cooked, but it needs to cool before we put it in bags for the chili. So we're gonna start some of the chicken dishes. Everything's chopped, everything's ready, so it's time to start putting things together. Should come together pretty quick. We're gonna start with, let's start with the garlic herb chicken. Yeah, garlic herb chicken that will go in the crock pot. This is not difficult at all, y'all. I'm taking some chicken breast, some of this urban garlic marinade, our chopped up peppers, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of onion, and we're going to put it into bags. And then when it comes time to cook it, all I'll have to do is put it in the crock pot and make some rice to go along with it. Maybe a side salad or something. Super easy. And I'm just going to split this bottle between the two bags that we're doing. You don't have to do this, but just so there's a little extra liquid, since we're going to serve this over rice, I've got chicken broth, so we're going to put a little chicken broth in each one. Right here, I am blanching the potatoes for our creamy chicken potato bake. I did this mostly because I didn't want them to turn brown in the freezer. You could put them straight in the pan and cover them with your other ingredients, and as long as they're covered, they probably wouldn't turn brown. But I thought, well, I'll go ahead and blanch them to keep them from turning brown. That's just 3 minutes in some really hot water, and then over to an ice bath, and then into my pan. Hindsight, next time I do this, I will almost cook these all the way through. I will boil them until they're almost done, because when we went to bake these, I had to bake them for longer than I originally planned to get the potatoes done. So the next time I do this, I will go ahead and boil my potatoes until they're pretty much done, and then I'll put them in the pan. Justin also said that he thought cauliflower would be really good in this. You'll see in a minute that we are adding some broccoli, and he said it would be good to leave the potatoes out and do broccoli and cauliflower, which I agree would be very good. One thing I love about dishes like this is it really helps you stretch your protein. So the amount of chicken we're having to use to feed our large family isn't very much considering, and it's still a meal that gets us full. There's the broccoli. I almost forgot about it. It's like there's supposed to be something green in this dish. Oh yeah, it's the broccoli. It's still in the refrigerator, so we got it out and put it in. Then she's just halving everything that we already had ready. Halving the chicken, halving the onion, halving the broccoli, putting in some garlic. She's going to do salt and pepper. And then you'll see we measure out 1/2 cup of heavy cream and pour that over the top, as well as top it with some bacon, some already cooked bacon, and some shredded cheddar cheese, just a couple of handfuls of shredded cheddar cheese. We went ahead and baked one of these the night that we made this dish. I'm doing my voiceover a little while later, but we went ahead and baked one of these the night that we made them, and it was so good, y'all. So good. I just wish I didn't have to cook it so long to bake those potatoes. We covered this with 2 layers of aluminum foil and then wrote the instructions on the top. So 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes to an hour until your chicken reaches temperature 165 degrees and your potatoes are done. The chili now really is as simple as just opening up cans and dumping them in the bag with the meat. I have a video that's dedicated to this chili recipe. I really, really like it. It's got cocoa powder and brown sugar and chili powder and cumin and different things in it. Really, really like it. I'll make sure that the actual recipe is linked down in the description box. But y'all, it's chili. Do what you like. Whatever beans you like. Whatever meat you like. You could use a chili seasoning packet if you wanted. We're going to put some tomatoes in there. We've got some home canned tomatoes, but you could use store-bought diced tomatoes. We've got a little tomato paste, and I'm also going to put some beef broth in it. Super simple recipe, and it's as easy as just dumping it in the bag. But I will have the exact recipe in the description box for you. So let's talk about our crock pot meals that we're putting in the freezer, our chili and our garlic herb chicken. When it comes time to cook those, I will put them in the refrigerator the night before, if I remember, and let them start thawing just so that I can get them out of the bag. Then I'll put them in my crock pot and we'll cook them on high for about 3 hours or so, or on low for about 6 hours, or all day. On our chicken, we want to make sure that it reaches temperature 165 degrees, and then I'll shred it and we'll serve that dish with rice. And our chili, I'll probably serve with some Frito corn chips, sour cream. We could serve it with rice as well if we wanted, but that's what we'll do for our crock pot meals. Double bagging for extra precaution on this chili. Alright, so that's our chicken, and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. We put two of the small cans of salsa verde in there, and probably about maybe a cup of chicken broth. It's a lot of chicken. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little cheese that we're just going to mix in it, and then we'll top our enchiladas with cheese too. Whoa, sling the cheese, girlfriend.
Give me a reason to get out of bed. I need a minute to think, or maybe two. 'Cause yesterday I lost control and said some things I felt that you should know. I need a day to clear my mind and leave it all behind. It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight. Tomorrow I let my worries fade, let them sweep away. There'll be another day tomorrow. I keep repeating the same mistakes. I did them all before in every shape.
That was the perfect amount of chicken. I thought it might be a little much, but it was perfect. We did 10 enchiladas in each of the trays. So 2 pans of 10 enchiladas each, which will be the perfect amount for us when we go to have dinner. One of those pans. That'll be 2 dinners for us. And it came together really easily. I've never made enchiladas this way to put in the freezer. So I don't know. I thought it might take a little bit, but with me and Audrey, like, we just figured out our rhythm, and it came together quick. So for the enchiladas, we're going to do bake, at 350, covered 30 minutes, uncovered 15 minutes. We can let it go a little bit longer if we need to. 3 cups of flour, 1/2 cups of cream. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start on dishes, and Audrey's going to make our biscuits to go in the freezer. We're doing just 2 ingredient biscuits. It's about 2 parts flour to 1 part heavy cream, give or take. You just got to look for the right texture. So for our batch, she's doing 3 cups of flour and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. She may, like I said, she may have to adjust it a little bit to get the texture right. And then she's going to pat them out and cut them out. We'll freeze them on that, because if you just throw them in a bag, they're going to stick together. But if you freeze them individually, then once they're frozen, you can go back and put them in Ziploc bags. These will cook up just like your regular biscuits. I think you're going to need a little extra cream in there, honey. Some people even do 1-to-1 ratio on these biscuits, but I don't like them quite that wet. Talking to her, talking to y'all at the same time. You got to cook them just a little bit longer than you would, because they're going to be frozen. You can cook them straight from frozen. You can bake them straight from frozen. So 400 for about 20 minutes, give or take. I'd start out a little less and keep an eye on them. This is pretty good here. A little flour out on the counter. I'm going to cut us out some biscuits.
That much flour?
A little bit more.
Oh.
Should I get too wet now? It's alright, just put it down. We'll sprinkle some flour over the top of it.
Oh, over here. What?
Eating that raw dough. Just kind of start close to the edge and go as close as you can to fit as many as you can.
Then, put it on.
Yep, put it on that sheet. Well, y'all, we have some freezer meals. It took us a little bit longer than what I originally anticipated. I think it took us, what did it take us, Audrey? Like 2 hours, probably, right at it, which is fine. No problem at all. We've got 2 of the creamy chicken bake, 2 pans of enchiladas, 2 chili, 2 of the Crockpot chicken garlic herb, some extra ground beef. I didn't use all the ground beef in the chili, so we can throw that in a soup or tacos for lunch one day or something. And a pan of biscuits for the freezer. We had a good time. We had fun. It was a great opportunity for Audrey to learn how to do some stuff like this. And y'all, this is going to make life a lot easier. Maybe we need to start doing this once a month. What you think, Audrey? Would you be willing to help me once a month? Get some freezer meals in? Maybe. I'm happy, y'all. I'm happy with what we got accomplished today. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. How to finish cleaning up. It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad.